We're going to go through the allocation of machinery costs for potato enterprises. We're going to use spares and repairs, but this can be used across most of the machinery costs. So you can see I've started completing this screen, and we've started by putting in the total cost of spares and repairs for the whole business. I've then been manually writing in a percentage of that cost that I feel is applicable to the groups of enterprises. I haven't completed potatoes yet, and I'm going to pop that in now. For me and my business, I've decided this is 20%, and I've based it looking at the percentage of turnover that potatoes bring to the business as a whole. You'll see then this pops in a figure in terms of pounds, so I can have a look and see if I feel that's right. If I do think it's and I'm happy with it, I can press the save button. This gives us then a total for what is unallocated. This could well be as a result of an enterprise that's not part of Farmbench. It also gives us a number of buttons at the side that enable us to further allocate the cost of spares and repairs in the different potato enterprises. So by pressing this, you'll see now that I've got 3 different enterprises that make up the grouping. So there's pots, pots 2 and spuds. And the system has done a level of automated allocation for us. This is based on the number of hectares that are being grown, the method of cultivation, the method of planting, the number of treatment passes, so how many times you might go with a sprayer, and the number of irrigation passes for each enterprise. And you enter this in the details when you set up the enterprise at the very beginning of the programme. Each of these enterprises in this example have the same number of hectares, so the different percentages that have been allocated to them are based on the fact that this enterprise has many more irrigation passes, and this enterprise has a different methodology in terms of planting, in that it has destoning as part of its programme. If you're happy with those, you can leave them in those percentages, or alternatively you can overwrite them. So for instance, if I thought this actually carried more weight, we could overwrite these. And then now that we're happy that that reflects our business, we could press the save button. Or if we wanted to further look into the irrigation and storage costs, we could go through and allocate a percentage of this spares and repairs cost to storage or irrigation. So I know that obviously this particular enterprise, a lot of the costs came from irrigation, as my irrigation kit broke down particularly that year, and I know that this was the only enterprise that actually did any irrigation on. So I'm going to put 50% of this cost, and that's about £200. So if I feel that there was £200 worth of spares and repairs, that's exactly where I'd leave it. And I'd click the save button. The same is said for the storage costs. So if you knew that the store that this enterprise went into, you knew that on the refrigeration kit there was some particular work that needed to be done, and actually it probably represents in this case about £411 surprisingly. So I'm going to put in 100%. And this means that when I run off a report, not only do I see the spares and repairs cost for that enterprise, but I'll also then get separate lines that look at the total irrigation costs and the total storage costs to enable me to further look at the structure of my business. Once I'm content with this and I feel it reflects my business, I shall click the save button, and you're complete in the allocation of the machinery spares and repairs costs in Farmbench. If you need any further assistance, please contact the help desk.